Hello, everyone. We'll take 1 or 2 more minutes for then to kick off this space about level up grants. Bear with us.
Oh, okay, cool. I think they bared with us because all three of us are here now. Um, so I guess Sandy is connecting. Okay.
Hello,
Awesome.
hello.
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 All right. I will do the kickoff. Welcome everyone to this AMA about Level Up Grants. Today we will talk about what the Level Up Grants program is, what the reasoning and inspiration behind it is, talking a little bit about our ecosystem, and what's new and desired and developing inside the Scroll ecosystem, and then some guidance for you on how to apply and what makes a successful application. Before I do that, I'm gonna ask Sandy to introduce herself, and then Emily, please go ahead.
Hey, I'm Sandy. I'm one of the co-founders for Scroll, and very happy to be here introducing Level Up and also the grant associated with it. I think this is the first time we formally talked about Level Up. It's been in the making for almost a year now, and I think I will pass the mic to Emily to talk about what Level Up is.
Yeah, so I guess brief introduction to me. Hi, I'm Emily. I lead the DevRel team here at Scroll. I guess at a high level, what we can talk about Level Up is it is going to be our one-stop shop to nurture devs from, the start of their journey, learning Solidity, all the way up to testing their skills through hackathons, more advanced challenges, looking into open source contributions, and then landing all the way at where you find yourself end of funnel wise when we're building out that new use case, and onboarding people to Web3, right? And so that's where we're heading with the Level Up Grants program, which I'm super excited about. I think, yes, okay, cool. I think that's all I have to say in the beginning because there's some. I guess we can dive into the meat of it moving forward, but that's the overview.
Yes, thank you. And today I'm your co-host, Raz. I'm head of growth at Scroll. And yeah, Level Up, like Emily mentioned, it's a platform that we're supporting as Scroll to basically level up the entire ecosystem. It's meant for resources that you as a builder will need to level up and be building inside the ecosystem of Scroll. It can be guidance on or education around Solidity, developing smart contracts, but there will be challenges available to you that we co-host with our partners. There will be resources available for builders when it comes to raising. There will be resources available to you when it comes to kickstarting your journey into the Scroll ecosystem. And that's the main topic of discussion today, where we're going to talk about the Level Up Grants program and how and why we started it and how it can help you kickstarting your journey into the Scroll ecosystem. And so, maybe Emily, if you can explain a little bit about what the Level Up Grants program is, um, and how it's structured.
Yeah, so from a high level, right, the Level Up Grants program is essentially our way of empowering early stage builders to help drive the Scroll ecosystem forward. So to that, I guess to dive into maybe the overview of what that looks like from a structural standpoint, I think we're really good at addressing kind of builders at where they are at with their project, right? So there's a wide variety of, I guess, devs who have something in the works. And so, to that fact, we have something called the starter track. So, our program is, I guess, split up into the starter and the launch track. Starter track being grants up to 1,000, sorry, not 1,000, 1,000 times 10, $10,000 USD per project. So, this is again, like I said, aimed at those kind of grassroots project who need some initial support to bootstrap and develop their ideas. Really here for experimenters in the system. and level you up, I guess, to kind of your next stage in your journey. To that effect, right, we have our second track. So this is a bit for more advanced projects that are highly ambitious and ready to make like really big, large scale impact now. And so what that looks like is up to $100,000 USD for a project. So this is for those moonshot ideas that might need a bit more resources. But I think the exciting thing about grants programs in general, outside of like just pure monetary support, is like the incubation through the Scroll ecosystem, right? So like as part of that, coming in, we're here to support you guys, with connections to experts within our ecosystem, helping out our grantees with all the things they need to be successful, right? Because the component, I think, of finding success is not just the money that comes and supports you. That's the bootstrap, right? But all the stuff that comes after that to be successful and to land your I hate saying this, but it's so sexy, right? The next billion users. But yeah, so that's the high level of level up and how it is structured. Um,
Thanks, Emily. Yeah, and so that's what our Level Up Grants program is structured. Uh, I want to talk a little bit about what the inspiration behind the grants and starting this program was. The fact of the matter is, we've been talking to a lot of you. We've been talking to a lot of builders over the past several years, and we've continuously been looking for methods and ways to help builders, making sure that they're successful and could focus on building great applications inside the Scroll ecosystem. And the fact of the matter is that builders need all sorts of help, and I think that obviously, providing monetary resources is important, and that's a big part of the Level Up Grants program. But like Emily mentioned, there's a lot more that comes with this. It comes with a close connection to the Scroll team, and it comes with the possibilities to be connected in the ecosystem as well. Not just the bigger names, but also other names such as native projects that are inside our Scroll ecosystem that you might want to collab with. And we want to make sure we nurture a community beyond what it is right now. Today, it's already a great community where we find a lot of open source contributors. We have a lot of Scroll contributors that are helping us not just through open source repo, but also IRL. We've got great community members, and this is our way of starting to give even more back to the community and making sure that we win together. So the desire and inspiration behind this grant was very much how can we help builders even further. And that's why we took also a little bit of time. And like Sandy mentioned, it's been quite a bit of time in the making to get this program up and running, is because it's pretty much in our DNA to do things right. And so we won't launch this first, but we want to launch it in the best possible way. And so I'm very, very stoked. I'm very, very excited. Level Up is something that sometimes I still can't believe we actually launched it, and I'm super glad that we're doing this. And so what my hope for this is that teams that are hearing this, that genuinely feel the need that I need help across the board, I could use support across the board, to reach out and apply. And because to the teams that deserve it, we really would love to help you and support you level up your game. And again, this is, we want to win together. So I think that if you're hearing this and you're like, I could use the support, I could use the help, this is the program for you to apply. And I'm looking forward to each of the applications. Um, Maybe moving on, Emily, you are on the ground still or not of Eat Argentina? Something you want to share about the builders on the ground and the hackathon?
Yeah, yeah. So, yes, I am still in Buenos Aires. If for those of you who don't know, Scroll helped sponsor or like ran the very first IRL Level Up hackathon, in conjunction with the ETH Argentina team, which was, I think, a really amazing kind of decision, and experience for me, at least, landing the first. Okay. I'm talking all over the place. Let me backtrack. This is my very first time, I think, exploring the LATAM dev ecosystem. I always knew it was there. I always knew, things were growing, but like transparently, right? Like I wasn't born there. I don't have the, native expertise, nor I'm like horrible at Spanish, right? I learned a few words since I was here. But I've been so fortunate to come here with the Scroll team, of which we have a few people on team who, grow up in Latam, speak Spanish, can connect with people, understand the real world use cases that are here. And it's been really inspiring to see because throughout Ethereum Argentina, what I've noticed is I think two things, right? There's a lot of like, I guess you could say crypto native users because this is like fulfilling the kind of a baseline need that they have here. The second part is like there's an insane amount of incredibly talented developers. I've been in the DevRel space for around, I guess, 2.5 years. I've had my fair share of hackathons, of which there's definitely a wide variety of people interested in participating. But the level of devs of Argentina are just, I hate saying like next level. They've really advanced and matured in the ecosystem. I think it's what I've learned is there's a lot of really interesting like dev shops here as well, like experience building projects and products and helping out like others. I think bootstrap that. So to that effect. All that introduction is to say after the hackathon, we had around like 300 participants building, and there were some really amazing projects that we would love to kind of see launch through the program. And so, what that means, I guess, for those interested in the grants program, we do have a deadline extension. So originally, the deadline extension was August 8th, I believe. But to give time for the projects that we've seen and the builders that we've met to have an opportunity to participate in the Level Ups grant program, we have moved the date to August. Submissions by August 26th. So that's exciting. Congratulations to all the procrastinators who are like me. Maybe you'll have a little bit more breathing room. But yeah, I think that's kind of what I want to say about the piece of like level up with regards to ETH Argentina. But overall, if anybody gets a chance to come visit, like please do. I think there's been a total renewal of my energy and excitement around crypto in general, especially like just being here with people who use it in their daily lives. Um, the energy is raw. Yes, and so application process moving forward, it is basically the same. If you go to our website, so levelupweb3.xyz, there's a section called grants. If you just click on that, there is a tally form that you can fill out, and all the instructions are there. I'm sure you don't want to listen to me talk for like 5 minutes about like reading off of a form, but I can give a high level later. But yeah. So highlights from the ETH Argentina, just really interesting projects in general. There's one I particularly really liked around like new ways of just developing really cheap hardware wallets. And, that's kind of a thing that I never think about from, coming from, I guess, my perspective living in New York. But, reducing prices down to zero. How do we do that? Anyways, I'm rambling. Point is interesting things, interesting projects. Deadline is moved. I'll let Raza cut me off.
No, all good. And you know what? I actually feel sorry for you live in New York, but besides that point, I think it's super interesting to see, ideas like that. Zero cost or low cost hardware wallets. Definitely something that I wouldn't think of um, as a first idea. But obviously, just like low gas fees matter, across the board, we need to make sure that Web3 is more accessible. So I'm super stoked about the extension. I think that this will give the opportunity for a lot of devs that didn't have exposure to this program before to apply. Something to call out to anyone listening. It does mean that if you have already applied, you can expect an answer from us slightly earlier. So we'll make sure that you're not waiting too long. But keep an eye out on Twitter, and we'll make sure to make those announcements and making sure that everyone gets a fair chance. Um, Moving on, maybe on the next point, looking again at the Level Up Grants program, uh, you know Sandy, could you maybe shed some light? I spoke a bit what inspired us to start this program, but maybe could you share something like what you would like to see built as the co-founder of Scroll, or any desired projects?
I mean, I think we're super excited to start this grants process. I think from the very kind of early stages of Scroll, kind of public education and also encouraging experimentation on chain have been core to our mission. And I think personally, there are a few things I would love to see. I would love to see like any kind of project that tries to reach outside of the crypto core and tries to touch the lives of people who are particularly in the developing world. And would love to see any kind of innovation across different sector that leverages ZK technology or leverages some of the on-chain identity programs that we've set up, like Project Canvas, that we're kind of playing around with along with the Ethereum attestation services. And would love to just see anything that engages the community in a meaningful way. And obviously would love to also kind of see some like non-financial use cases. I think these sound quite generic, but I think it could be interpreted very broadly, and it could be just kind of any kind of innovation or any kind of moonshots that you want to take. We would love to kind of see and support it. And then I think another thing I want to mention is that the grants is just the beginning. I think for builders, we want to continue kind of supporting and helping you kind of build and thrive on Scroll. I think we've been trying to kind of support and engage with a lot of builders on our existing ecosystem already, and we've been building out a lot of kind of open source tooling and research to create new surface areas for experimentation. So yeah, I'm super excited to kind of see some of the grants that come in, and internally we will be leveraging kind of experiences and builder credentials across different verticals. Personally, I think within the team we have a decent amount of kind of DeFi expertise, a reasonable amount of like NFT interest, and also kind of we have a lot of team members who live in LATAM and Southeast Asia and the various like developing worlds. So we know how to help and support like projects that have an on-chain and off-chain component, as well as projects that we think will have a shot at kind of reaching and supporting people who are in places where prices are volatile, or where payment and on off like like access to financial services is critical.
Yeah, anything to add, Emily?
Yes, one thing, this is separate. I think when Sandy was mentioning the dApps that integrate ZK in novel and interesting ways, I want to say I was really excited. If you guys don't know, the PSE program had a cohort of their, I guess, students join. So there's also a lot of really interesting ZK projects coming through. I think privacy is something that is. What do you call it, coming really to the forefront of the mind, especially as the tech that powers it improves over time. Um, yeah, I don't have anything to add other than, hmm, I'm going to stop talking. Raza, take it away.
Wait, I have something to add. I want to say gracias terra de builders. So thank you for everyone who participated in our hackathon in Argentina.
Thank you for that, Sandy. Yeah, but I think per Sandy and both Emily's point, I think they both emphasize that when you look at our emerging markets, we have colleagues there, and these are like beautiful regions where most of the time, man, so many warm people that I've met that are from like Latam, like, and Latam is just is like obviously it's a whole continent. So when you look at like Brazil or Argentina or Honduras, like there's so many warm people coming from there, like crazy skilled engineers. So I'm super stoked whether you're in Southeast Asia, whether you are in Latin America. If you hear this, we are bullish on you and we hope that you apply. And I think that especially when you think out of the more typical use cases, whether that's DeFi or NFT, you see so many unique use cases coming out of these regions, and I'm just super stoked to see that in our grant application program. I mean, the hardware wallet is one of those things that Emily mentioned. We have Tony here, who's building amazing stuff on Scroll too, and it's phenomenal that we get to attract these builders. I want to like close off the Twitter space by just going over the Level Up grant program again. So we have two types of grants available. We have the starter track, and we have the launchpad. Launchpad, Emily, is that what it's called?
Launch track, not
Launch
launch.
track. Sorry, launch
Yes.
track. Both are described what they're actually used for, and the criteria. Go to Level Up Web3.xyz, and go to the grants page. Apply. It won't take you that long. The key elements of a successful application is be specific in what you want to build. Try to showcase why you want to build it, and why Scroll is a home for your project, so we know how to best support you. And feel free to reach out to any members on the team if you have any questions regarding the application. I would say don't wait, start applying. I don't think we'll extend another time, and we're very much looking forward to seeing all these applications. um, I want to open up the floor one last time for Emily or Sandy to add anything before we close it off. Sandy, you're unmuted.
Yeah, I think one thing I would recommend kind of builders do in the application process is to include any previous building support. So any kind of prior products or GitHub. Yep, and it's a very, very short application. It's meant to be but please be as comprehensive possible in terms of helping guide us to the necessary information to make this assessment. And I would highly kind of, I'm just really looking forward to see some of the submissions and see the creativities that you guys have come up with.
I think I want to call out one thing that I think is particularly important is just like making sure. Oh, am I going? Am I? Blah, blah, blah. Can people hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay, perfect. I was getting a lot of static. One thing I think to call out is definitely make sure you have the milestones of your project in your application. This is like a two-way street in the sense that we want to be able to support your plans as well as we can, right? And so to that point, we want to know what your plans are, right? And so, yeah, help us help you. I think that's what I want to say.
Thank you, Emily and Sandy, for joining and shedding light on the Level Up Grants program. I hope our excitement resonated. And again, we're very, very stoked to see the applications. Like Sandy mentioned, it's only the start. Our support doesn't start here. Oh, sorry, it doesn't end here. We're very much looking forward to the projects and seeing how we can continuously support our ecosystem. Please apply, reach out if you have any questions, and we're looking forward. And with having said that, it's a wrap. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for joining.
Bye.